Hello friends, and welcome to another edition of FCC Kids Devotions. Today, we're going to be talking about trusting in God's promises, even when things get tough. Have you ever faced a hardship? How did God get you through it? For our opening game today, we're asking some kids to do an obstacle course blindfolded. The only help they get is from the voice of a friend. Let's see how they do.
You need to tell them when you need to do it.
We believe God keeps each and every one of His promises. We may not understand where He's leading us, or why He is leading us there, or even why we sometimes go through tough situations while we wait on His promises. But we can know that we can trust Him to fulfill each and every word He says. In today's video, we'll be traveling through 1 Samuel to look at David's life after he left Saul's service, and how even when he was running for his life, David still trusted the Lord. After Saul tried to kill David, David went on the run. While he was running from Saul, many from Judah and all of Israel came to him. One time, David and his men were hiding in the wilderness of En-Gedi. Saul found out about it and took 3,000 men to hunt him down. David and his men were hiding in a cave near Saul's camp. When Saul went into the cave to go to the bathroom,
David, Saul is right there. We can kill him now. And then now he's hiding. You're king. I know everybody will harm. Why should I do such a thing to the king? The Lord forbid that I should harm his chosen one.
so David went quietly and cut a corner of Saul's robe. But he suddenly felt guilty. So David ran out of the cave calling after Saul.
My Lord,
He bowed 3 times and said,
my Lord King, wait.
when Saul turned, he saw David bowing to the
My
ground.
Lord,
in
why do you
respect.
trust people who say I want to do you harm? See, today the Lord gave me into my hand in the cave. Some of my men told me to kill you. I said I would not harm the Lord's chosen king. Do you see the corner of your robe in my hand? I cut the robe so that you would know that I would not do such a thing to you. I have not sinned against you, though you come after me. The Lord judge between me and you. I will never seek to harm you. You shouldn't come after me. Compared to you, I consider myself a dead dog. flee. May God judge between me and you, and plead my cause and deliver me from your anger.
My son David, you are more righteous than I am. You repaid me good for the evil I have done to you. You have told me how you feel when you didn't kill me, even though the Lord gave you the chance to. If a man finds his enemy, will he let him go away safe? So may the Lord reward you with good for what you have done to me. Now I know that you will surely be king, and the Lord will establish your throne. Promise me that you will not cut off my line from Israel when you inherit your throne.
So David swore to Saul, and Saul and his men left, while David and his men left to the fortress. After Samuel had died, Saul was again jealous of David and tried to find him and kill him. Saul arose and went to the wilderness of Ziph and brought 3,000 strong warriors with him. David and a few men arose at night and went to the place where Saul was camped. Saul and his commanders were encamped with all of the armies. Ahimelech the Hittite and Abishai, David's commander's brother, were both with him.
Who will go with me down into the camp?
And Abishai said,
I'll go with you.
So David and Abishai snuck into the camp to where Saul and his commander Abner were sleeping in the middle of the camp. Saul's spear was in the ground at his head.
Then this king chosen king. Then when king doesn't it was before God. As the Lord lives, the Lord will kill him, or his day will come to die, or he will go down into battle and die. The Lord forbid that I should do anything against his chosen king. I shall take the spear that is near his head and his jug of water, and let us go.
So David and Abishai took Saul's spear and water jug and left the camp. No one saw it or knew that David had even been in the camp. So when David and Abishai were a great distance from the camp, he called out to the camp, and Saul's commander, Abner, son of Ner.
Abner, will you answer me? Who caused the king? What kind of man are you? Who is like you in Israel? Why haven't you kept watch over the king? Someone has crept into the camp to do him harm. This isn't a good thing you've done. As the Lord lives, you deserve to die because you have not kept watch over your Lord, the Lord's chosen king. And now see where the king's spear is and the jar of water that was at his head.
Saul recognized David's voice.
Is that you, my son David?
It's me, my king. I am your faithful servant. Why do you try to kill me? What have I done? What evil thing did I do? Please hear me, my king. If it is the Lord who sent you against me, I offer my life to the Lord willingly. But if men have sent you, may they be cursed before God, because they have driven me away from my family, from my home and family, saying, go serve other gods. Please, if I am to die, let me do it in the presence of the Lord. For the king of Israel has come out to seek me, a single flea like one who hunts wild birds in the mountains.
I have sinned. Return, my son David. I won't harm you because my life was precious in your eyes today. I have acted foolishly and made a great
Here is your
mistake.
spear, my king. Come have one of your young men come and get it for you. Lord rewards every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness, and he gave you into my hand today, and I would not do anything to harm you, the Lord's chosen king. As your life was precious to me today, so may my life be precious in the sight of the Lord, and may he deliver me out of all hardships.
Be you, my son David. You will do many things and will succeed in them.
So King Saul and David returned to their own places and never saw each other again. Saul and David never saw each other again. To avoid Saul chasing after him again, David even had to hide among Israel's enemies, the Philistines. In spite of all this, David never stopped serving the Lord, and he always kept focusing on God's promises. When God makes a promise, he keeps it. Sometimes we have to wait, and sometimes we have to go through hardships to see his promises, but he never fails. The FCC kids hope that you will hold God's promises closely, even when life is hard.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding. Think about him in all your ways, and he will guide you on the right path. Proverbs 3:5-6.
Okay. So